here we have with us LUDMI, who's been in India for the last 1 year.
Yeah, it's been already 1 year. Hello, Viraj.
And she's been learning vocal yoga. So we want to know more about your journey in India and what exactly is vocal yoga and how did you got into it?
So actually, vocal yoga is something that brought me to where I am today. I live in Oroville for almost the last 11 months. Vocal yoga is a holistic approach to voice training because it takes the whole body in consideration rather than specific organs responsible for voice production, for the sound production. And the goal of vocal yoga is to open up one's voice together with attaining the sense of relaxation, confidence in your voice, and the sense of inner freedom. Like if you look at the kids, at the children, they are so free and uninhibited in the way they live, in the way they express themselves. And in most of the societies, as we grow up, we lose that touch with ourselves, we lose that touch with our voice, and that's something that I'm trying to spread with vocal yoga. In India, I'm trying to absorb this beautiful and rich culture, also the yogic tradition, and trying to incorporate all these things into my practice, into my sharing of vocal yoga, which definitely combines certain yogic tradition and movement in general with the voice practices. I'm a singer. I'm classically trained in the West, so I do carry that background.
Have you tried Indian singing?
I've listened a lot. I enjoy. I've taken some classes also of Hindustani, but I'm touching the ground of that. Like I'm definitely enjoying it, but more as a listener at this point.
So if I understood you right, so vocal yoga helps us to become more childlike, and it also helps us to relax, and it leans on the classical singing and yogic tradition.
Let me clarify. So it definitely helps us be more expressive. It's not necessarily about being childlike. It's about allowing ourselves to express freely, whether it is vocally, verbally, or just with movements or some sounds, because that's something that we all had when we were kids. And why I'm really stressing that child state of life is because with vocal yoga, with opening up our voice, we are not learning something completely new or alienated to ourselves. We are just coming back to the instrument that each one of us carries, that each one of us has inside, yet we are not aware of it fully, we don't know how to use it. And with vocal yoga, we are opening up that part of ourselves. And again, why I'm stressing out the kids is because in that period of life, we all had that. So with that practice, we are just going back to something that's very natural for us.
So one can start it at any age?
Absolutely. I would say that the kids, they don't necessarily need it, because if you look at a child, first of all, even the babies, before they speak, they make a lot of noise, they make a lot of sounds, and just itself, the voice of a baby is so loud, is so resonant that no walls can really save you from that sound. Because when we are born, our voices, our instruments are really opened up, and you don't need anything to speak louder, to sing louder, and a baby's cry is actually almost like a singing, right? So for kids, perhaps it's not really necessary, but what perhaps would be ideal is to keep that freedom of expression, to carry throughout life. Definitely, when we reach adulthood, we tend to lack those qualities. Right. And expression at any level, whether it's just, one-on-one with your family, with your loved ones, or in front of the camera, in front of a group of people. I'm not even talking about stage, right? It becomes challenging. And if you, according to research, according to statistics, public speaking is number one fear in the world. People mention it more often than they mention the fear of death. So imagine like what's happening to us throughout the process of growing up, that we're so afraid of speaking up. And yeah, that's something that vocal yoga explored. That's something that I'm particularly passionate about. Yeah.
So what's the role of music in vocal
Role
yoga?
of music, I would say that the main role there of the classical Western training is to make sure, first of all, that we are using our voice in the healthiest manner. That whatever we are practicing, learning in the class is for the healthy usage of the voice. So that whenever you use your voice, you don't get tired, as we tend to do sometimes when you have to speak long, so that this doesn't happen, that the voice, our vocal apparatus stays relaxed and healthy. First of all, that's the primary role of that background there. But then again, music is something that connects us all. And
It has no language.
It has no language. Yes, you don't even need words for the music, for that expression. It's beyond words. It's beyond cultures, and I think everyone strives for that kind of expression. Whether it is in the car, in the shower, all of us want to have that vocal expression.
We all sing in the shower. So
I know I do too.
So
No,
anything
totally.
you would recommend to a yogi like me who
Uh-huh.
does his daily practice of yoga, has a bit of pranayam, some asanas and meditation. So what can I add as a vocal yoga element which is simple for me to do on a daily basis?
Just the simplest thing, perhaps you're doing it already, but not many people do that. Just to add a little bit of sound to your practice. What I mean by that
We
is
do
whenever
Om chanting.
Om chanting, of course, but even when you are in your practice, allow yourself to release any sounds that come out. When you sit for meditation and you just start stretching out during a practice, first of all, allow yourself to sigh out on the exhalation. At first, for many people, it feels quite strange and uncomfortable, especially if there are people around. But that expression, even at such a insignificant level, it helps release a lot. Because we tend to suppress so many things in life. And again, as adults, we know how to do it very, very well. Not to say things that going in our mind. We suppress a lot, and it all stays, in forms of excessive energy in different parts of the body, and especially, let's say, in our throat, in that center of expression, right, in this chakras. So just when we allow ourselves to let out such a subtle sound as that sigh out on the exhalation, that already changes a lot. Just the fact that we start allowing ourselves to sound, it's a big shift. And usually when big yoga practitioners or teachers that attend my classes, for them usually it's a big takeaway that, I can just add a little bit of sounds to my practice and it changes a lot. It does change a lot. We are gonna be doing even some yoga postures combined with the sounds today. I'm not going to share more, probably just just because it always needs to be in a sequence. You need to start, you need to warm your body, then you need to start build up that journey with your voice to warm up, to go to some culmination, and to pull it down.
So I look forward to the practice today and hope to have you back in India.
Thank you. India, I'm here, hopefully. Back to Delhi. Thank you very much.
Okay, so nice talking to you.
Thank
we
you
look
very
forward
much.
to having you
Thank you,
again at
Viraj.
Utsav Yoga.
Thank you. Utsav
Okay,
Yoga.
thank you.